Welcome to the Imagine Not Being Leeds.
Imagine not being Leeds, not feeling this pain, not dancing through thunder, not walking through rain. Imagine not rising with fists in the air when the world turned its back and no one would care. We've lived in the ashes, we've drowned in defeat, but still we stand proud on our battered old feet. Imagine not loving with all that you are. Imagine not being Leeds.
We love you, Leeds, Leeds, Leeds.
We do love you, Leeds. Now then, everybody, welcome back to Imagine Not Being Leeds. We've got loads on tonight. We've got a poem, we've got a quiz, we've got a review, we've got a preview. We've even got Statman Sean back, and obviously Mr. Bossnass is back too. All on your favourite Friday night Leeds show. It is Late Night Leeds. Let's go. Now then, boyos, how is everybody doing? It's been a good week or so for Leeds United, but let's see how the boys are doing. Bossnass, how are you doing, my flower?
Busy, mate. Busy life right now.
Busy life. It always is when you've got kids, mate. Always is when you've got a little one.
Just the one, mate. Well, there won't be a number two, but yeah, busy.
Your lass has got two.
She best not have.
She's got you.
Oh, right, yeah.
You see. I nearly caused drama there, didn't I? She's got two, bless her. You've only got one. Right then, Shawnee boy, how you doing? It's nice to have you back. No, Adam today is on his Christmas do. So
he is, yeah. He'll be worse for wear now. I thought he might have joined us. You know,
I think he might be trying to get on for the quiz. I've heard
few
rumours.
sherbets in. Oh, that'll be funny, won't it? Yeah.
It will, but I ain't got a format for all 40, even though he'll tell me.
He might do better. He might do better with a few beers in him.
Can't do much worse.
Well, I won't be any better. So, yeah, good to be back, guys. Good to be on with you too. So, loving it. Looking forward to this.
Quality, mate. Lovely. We'll have you back. We've got plenty to get into, but we'll start as we mean to go on. And this is with Too Good, Too Shit.
Too good, too shit. Too good, too shit.
What do you make of them then, boys? So you got Tanaka's last minute goal. Brilliant. That had to be on Too Good. It had to be. And then you've also got the 3 substitutions by Farke, which I think all made a massive impact on the result. I can hear a bit of back there. I can. Echo.
Right, 1 sec. I think it might be my settings. 1 sec.
Hello. Can you hear me? How far away are they? How far away are they?
That should be better.
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now? Nah, still worse. He's brought them and he's bloody dropped them.
1 sec. Let me turn this off and see if there's still an echo.
Is it? It's not. Is it us? Is it me?
I don't think so. We're all right now.
Not me, is it?
We're all right.
It's me, innit?
Get back, you bastards.
I can't hear an echo.
I think it's gone.
It's gone. There we go. Right. And the 2 shit were the individual errors. You've got Joe Rodon, you've got Gabby Goodmanson, and somebody even saying Tanaka for that 3rd goal, firing out the line a little bit too eager, and the VAR for their 2nd goal, which I think was offside, boys. I remember Patrick Bamford away at Crystal Palace who went, I want it over there, and his arm was deemed offside, so the goal was chalked off. But yeah, we'll get into the nuts and bolts as we go through it, because all 4 are from the game, which we will be touching on. But I want to get your thoughts on the game, which is the review of Liverpool. That says preview. That's Adam, that. He's done me there and gone on his Christmas do. He's done me a little. He's done me there. He's probably going to blame me and say that's the preview from last week, which it might be. So I'm blaming him. It might actually be my fault. Anyways, this is a review for Liverpool. The 3-3. Right, I'm going to jump straight over to you, Mr. Sean Carney, Mr. Wilco Whites. I want to get your thoughts on everything Leeds Liverpool, pal. You were there. You were in the South Stand, loving life.
Yeah.
Talk me through it, pal.
I'd had a few drinks before the game as well. I
Not
would
wrong
just
with
say that. Oh, yes. Yeah, it was a good day all round. Firstly, atmosphere were buzzing. It were banging. It was absolutely brilliant with the atmosphere again. I thought the Chelsea one were good, but I thought the atmosphere were really, really good. It were obviously we were going to have a lot of the ball. I know they put us under a lot of pressure, but we dealt with it. And I know they hit the bar, they hit the bar. But to go in at 0-0 at half time, we were really happy. We were bouncing at half time. I would have liked to see Tanaka. A couple of my mates were a bit, come on. It's been sort of the shining light since he's come into the side for us. And yeah, a bit of a disappointment that he wasn't on the pitch. And I thought it was more telling in the second half when he did come on, and obviously it looked a lot better, didn't it? And I know we'll get into Brendan Aronson and Willie Nonto, but for me, it's down to them individual mistakes. And obviously Joe Rodham, it's not like him, is it? He don't normally make those mistakes, and that's just giving them that edge on it in the beginning of the second half. And for me, it's 2 mistakes, isn't it? Really. I mean, Goodmanson not being strong enough there in that tackle, and again we'll get into that, won't we? Because I think we need to really strengthen in January transfer window is that left back position. And then we're forced then to make the changes, which were positive changes by Farke, and it worked. It did work. We looked a lot better team. When them 3 subs came on, Tanaka, Goodmanson, and Willie Nonto. Listen, Liverpool are a good side. They've got some quality players. They've not been at their best. We know that.
Yeah, agree.
But the facts, we went down 2-0 and we showed resilience. We showed fight to pull it back. It's all we want from us, from a Leeds United team, isn't it? It's all we want as fans, and it's just shame we couldn't, have got that winner late on instead of it being a draw. But listen, it was just nice to get the draw at the end. And I know we always love a last minute winner. I mean, it were absolute scenes. It were absolute scenes again. In that,
it felt like a winner, didn't it? It felt like a winner.
I'm not joking. I mean, I had it all at Chelsea and at South Stand as well. But I mean, the 3 goals at Liverpool, it was just mental. And again, a point at home to Liverpool. We all thought we'd lose. We all thought we'd lose, and again we've pulled it out of the hat. And we seem to do this we seem to up us game against the better opposition, and this is where we need to now take it into the next 2 games where we sometimes struggle against. And I don't know if you've noticed that, and we've done it in past a few seasons. We'll raise this game in certain games, but then we'll play someone rubbish, a bit like said Bristol City, last season, and we look like a completely different team. So we've got to have a bit of continuity now. But yeah, what a week, what an absolute week, what an absolute 3 games, and it's just something we was not expecting at all.
Nah, bang on money there, Sean. It's boss. That's when you look at it. You come to Premier League. Say a lot of time about the journey's better than the destination. Not when you get a week like that. It's bloody not. The destination's pretty sweet when you get that. That cluster of games is a nightmare as a newly promoted side flirting relegation before the games kick off. But when it goes your way, Bossnass, some 7 days there in the world of Leeds United, from the City second half into Chelsea and into Liverpool. And I really want to get your thoughts on the lineup and sticking with that formation, Bossnass, going into Liverpool. Even though we didn't have Metcha, it stuck with a 3-5-2. Maybe it didn't work that first half. Maybe it did, depending on what side of sort of fence you sit on. So, yeah, what did you think to him sticking with that formation? Do you think it worked, even though it was 0-0 at half time?
I think, first, I'll go back and I'll say, I think it was after the... You can hear me, can't you?
Bang on, yeah.
Yeah, you can. I think it was after the... it was either after the Villa game or the Forest game. I said, sometimes you get points from, unexpected places. Like you can't really look at the fixture list and go, that's a win, that's a draw, that's a loss. Sometimes it doesn't work like that.
Yeah, no, right.
But I never expected what we got out of Liverpool and Chelsea, to be honest with you. But yeah, looking at so going into the formation, yeah, I think that if we started a 4-3-3 against Liverpool at home, even though we're at home, and I'm not too against it, it's away against the bigger teams that I'm really against a 4-3-3. But I think it was a sensible thing to do. I didn't like that Bogle and Goodmanson had been booked on the 26th minute. By the 26th minute, I thought that was going to cause us more problems than it actually did coming into the second half. And I'm glad that, Farke didn't kind of preempt a red card and take those guys off, because they really did give us a lot of width. I know Bogle came off later on, but they gave us a lot of width. And look, that Ekatike goal, that first goal, I'm remembering it right because I've had a lot on this week, but that's the road on loose pass in it. That basically is best through through ball ever. That's a goal that really shouldn't happen. And you can argue that was it the second one that was the offside shout?
Yeah.
No, so this. Oh
Yeah,
yes, it was.
yeah.
Sorry, yeah. Goodmanson he sort of wasn't strong enough. Did Struijk pass him that ball?
I think
Honestly, boys,
I think it came from keeper to Strout to Goodmanson.
Because I'm also thinking it would a bit of an hospital ball to actually give him it in the first place.
It was.
So because then obviously we got closed down by two players. He wasn't strong enough in the tackle. He lost it, crossed it in, and then there's questions whether it's offside. I'm thinking maybe Perry could have done a little better as well. Sorry, Bossnass, I'm not taking on.
That goal,
it was a good ball in. It's in that sort of dangerous area where the keeper don't know whether to come or to go or to stay. But that was the offside goal.
I'm not sure, and I think I've read this somewhere, but I don't know how true it is, that the automated offside for semi-automated offside for that goal didn't work. It was faulty. That's why we went to VAR for so long, because they didn't have the semi-automated offside, so they had to draw the lines. And as you know, when you're drawing lines like that with the camera angle that they've got, that's so easy to get wrong. So that's why I think we've had all these pictures come out afterwards, actually showing that it probably was ahead of the ball there a little bit.
The eye test says he was offside, doesn't it? It does look offside on the eye test.
It does.
But after that, I think it was. Was it a case of a little bit of, well, we've got nothing to lose now? I think Farke did the right things with his substitutions. I think, look, we've got to give flowers where they're deserved, and I'm one of Farke's biggest critics, but I think he made all the right calls. He stayed calm, which kept the boys calm early on the sideline, and I think Brendan Aronson, for that little passing sequence, that goal, that honestly, that was levels, boys. That was really good. And when Tanaka, was 6 minutes into injury time, I think they put 10 on the board, and that ball goes all through everyone, gets to the back post, and Tanaka puts it in. Well, usually I think Leeds United's luck, that's going to go flying over the crossbar, kicks it into the ground, goes in, Elland Road goes wild, and it puts the cherry on the cake to what's been a bit of a fairy tale 3 results. I'll put Man City in there, boys, because everybody was saying 5 and 6.
Agree.
So even though that was a loss, that second half at Man City, we might look back at that come the end of the season and go, that's where things changed for Leeds United on that day.
Catalyst, Bossnass,
That's the hope, innit? That's the hope.
Yeah, I mean, we were valiant in defeat there, weren't we? We won the second half, 2-1 in that game, and you get nothing for losing the game, but other than confidence to go into Chelsea. And I think that, like I say, that was catalyst that second half of City. We're going to Chelsea and we absolutely battered them. It's probably the best performance I've seen us play under Farke. And we beat Championship sides 7, 5, 6, haven't we? But that was, for the calibre of play we're up against, that was an absolute masterclass by Leeds United in a new formation to the boys. And then to take that into Liverpool, I actually think the 3-5-2 did sort of work. Like I say, it were two 2 errors on our part that gifted them 2 goals, really. Otherwise, it was 0-0 and 0-0 at half time against Liverpool, regardless of form. You'd take that anyway. You know, we could have played. If that had been 4 or 5 weeks ago, we'd have probably been 2 down at half time in the 4-3-3 and the way we were playing. So, yeah, we weren't. I mean, Okafor went for 1 goal after 2 minutes and had a decent chance, which he puts wide. So, on another day, you know, we could have even gone 1 up. But I'm really liking we've talked about it. We've slagged him a bit as well, haven't we, for the in-game management at times. I mean, I watched an old video from last season, you know, the one with me and Priestley in the car, the blind faith. I watched that one the other day. And in-game management, I said that about 3 or 4 times after we drew at home at Swansea. I mean, it was quite funny looking back that far, going, yeah, he's been there the whole time he's been here. Yeah, go on.
Either I'm going mental or all of those 6 goals were in the second half.
Yep. No, you're not going mental. No.
I thought you was talking about the goals in the first half. I was like, what goals?
No. Mental, mate. All 6 in the second half. But like I say, in-game management, it's something we've really sort of been hammered with because he's not shown much of it. And then all of a sudden, when his back's against the wall and he's on the cusp of a sacking, Leeds look, you know, down and out. Farke looks down and out. He rolls the dice. And you've got to give him credit, whatever the reasons are. I think it is literally just down to let's have a go. A lot of people have wanted Farke out. Maybe didn't want Farke out. They just wanted a change. It didn't have to be a manager change. It just had to be the changes we've seen him do this week from the dugout. And I think that the boys have always been good enough, Sean. I've spoke about it a lot on this channel that I do think the squad, yeah, it's light. And we're relying on, you know, no injuries and stuff like that. But I do think there's you know, quality doesn't always mean flair and, you know, X factor players. It can mean just being really good and sort of disciplined in your role. You know, like Amper, who's a quality player. Don't mean he's got to do, you know, kick ups and pirouettes and all that stuff in centre circle. He's just a quality player in his role when he's on it. But I think there is quality there, and it is a good enough side. I think it just needed a bit of help from the dugout at times to switch it up when you can see it wasn't working, to freshen it up earlier than the 70th minute. And I think now that the manager is making those decisions along with the quality of the team and the calibre of player I think we have got. Now they're sort of more aligned. I think we look a different beast, mate.
They do, mate, and that's down to that formation. And I prefer us to start with the 3 at the back or the 5-3-2, however you want to look at it.
Yeah.
Make us solid first and foremost, you know, so that we can stay in games. The Liverpool one, like we've just said, to me, the 2 mistakes, you know, one's a harsh offside, the other one's a Joe Roden. You can't do anything about that. That's just football. That's nothing to do with tactics or anything. But starting as the 3 at the back with what we've all said, you've got your strongest players in the strongest positions. Let's go give it a go. And I think do that in each game. And then if it doesn't work out, like against Liverpool, you know, because things happen during games, that's out of your control, we can then switch it back to the 4-2-3-1, the 4-3-3, however you want to play it, a bit more attack-minded. But I like us to just try and just stay in the game, just set us up so we're not leaking them goals, you know. And we didn't that first half against Liverpool, you know. We kept him at bay. Yeah, we did. And that's what I want to see going into obviously the next game. As for the squad, it surprised me, and I think it surprised a lot of us, especially the likes of Nemecha. You know, we've all had those opinions. I didn't think he were that good. I didn't think he were Premier League quality. You know, I'll eat the words. Yeah. DCL, not being prolific. What's he got now? Was it 3-3 or something now? So it's the fact that they're coming together now, that they're coming together as a squad. They're coming to hey, Steve. And they are playing for each other, and they're playing for the manager, and we're giving it a go. We're giving games a go, and we've said this, you know, as long we don't mind losing, as long as we look like we're giving it a go, and we you know, we're giving these teams as much as they're giving us, and we've done it against 3 of the biggest teams in the Premier League. So I'm happy, and I'm surprised at this all at the same time. This last week has not gone how we expected it. We actually sitting here now with what we thought, say, a week and a half ago. Farke shouldn't be even managing Leeds United.
Yeah, oh mate, if I'm what to predict,
we were all saying he's going to be sacked after.
If I were to predict now, would be looking for a manager or just appointing a new manager now. Would be in bottom 3. You know, that's
talking about different managers. how funny, isn't it? It's just weird, isn't it, how football is? And this is why we love the game so much, guys. It's an unknown. It's an unknown.
And what I love as well, lads, is now we've been mixing it up, Bossnass. We're less predictable. So now Brentford and Palace and all the sides we've got coming up, they've got to work a little harder in training. They've got to look a little bit further. They've got to look at the possibility that Leeds might set up in 2 or 3 different ways. And that is a weapon in our arsenal that we haven't had for under Farke. Predictability, it's mad, isn't it, that now we're not predictable, Bossnass.
Oh, do you know, it kind of is, and it kind of in. Like, you should not be predictable in the Premier League. Like,
Of course.
it's basic, innit? It's basic stuff. Like, you should be looking at your phone come 2 o'clock and be going, oh, what formation we're going to do today? That's a prerequisite. Otherwise, managers in this league are going to they're going to unpick you so easily, and that's what we actually started to see. I don't think anyone was ever, I hate this guy, I do not like Farke. There were a couple of people out there. We just wanted a versatile manager that gave the squad a chance, in the sense of, if you're going to play one-size-fits-all football in the Premier League, you're more than likely going to go down. We saw it with Vincent Kompany. He learned his lesson. He played, he's more versatile in the Bundesliga now. We saw it with the fella that was at Southampton, went to Rangers, can't remember his name now. He played one style of football. This is my philosophy. This is how I play football. Again, relegated. There is value in learning other teams' lessons. They paid the price for making that mistake. So with playing a 5-3, sorry, a 3-5-2 and the 4-3-3. Now that is it's not one size fits all. And then if he further advances that and play and maybe adds a 3-5-1-1, maybe with a false 9.
Yep.
Again, that again causes managers, they've got to have more than one game plan, right? So they can't spend all week practicing for that one thing that they know it's exactly going to be.
Exactly.
So it really does help us, but it's something that should have been there from the start. This is the thing that sometimes gets me, is there was a lot of praise for Farke coming out of the Man City game, and I understand it. But like I said, leading into that game, if he starts at Man City in a 4-3-3, he's done it at Arsenal. We all saw how that worked out.
Yeah.
So I think there is a trend now to say Farke is starting to learn lessons, and he's starting to let go of that stubbornness, and I think that's what's going to keep him in a job.
Yeah,
is this the evolution of Daniel Farke? Is he evolving into a Premier League manager? Because that's what it feels like a little bit.
Of course, a month ago it wasn't, Sean.
No, they were too stubborn. You've got to be flexible, and you bang on money there, mate. Absolutely bang on money. And I've seen it. Does he actually know what he's talking about now? I'm listening to him sometimes, and he's talking about how he does change in game, and he has done in the past. He has done that slightly. But he has always been set on this 4 at the back. He's always done it since we were Leeds United. It's only now we're seeing where he's had to change it up. He's had to, play a 5-3-2, 3-5-2 system. Working with the players you've got, getting the best out of your squad, but also, like you said, changing it up against the opposition. We did it at Chelsea, and I don't even think Chelsea expected us to do that, even though we did so well against Man City. And it's just something different in it. And if it don't work, it can always change it back. It can always revert back. We can always go back. I would prefer us to go back to the 4-2-3-1 now. Now seeing the 4-3-3 as being a little bit, it's not quite working with the players we've got. But no, you're right. I think he has realised he needs to sort of stop his stubbornness. He has got, obviously, every manager has a way they want to play. They have a set way they want to play. They have the set players where they want to play them in positions. But again, when you're playing in the top division in the Premier League, you've got to be adaptable.
Of course, you have, mate.
That's what we're seeing, mate.
Johnny the Frog, are you saying we're handsome? You
That,
can call
Adam's
again,
not
Mr.
here, you
Frog.
see.
You can come again, Mr. Adam will be fuming. Make sure you call good old Adam handsome next week. But yeah, we'll take that. Obviously, when you got a 3-5-2 formation, boys, there's a lot being said on the two up top. Obviously, defenders don't normally, deal with that now. It's not like going back a fair few years to the good old days, and having that sweeper in there as well in Beal. It's you look at them two areas of pitch, you think that's a significant difference. But I want to look at the midfield three that are sort of still playing in. We play 4-3-3. That three's been there pretty much all season so far, but there's a massive difference in the way they're playing now in this new system. And the 3-5-2 and the formation he keeps talking about is not wedded on a base formation. I think that's bollocks. He's wedded on a base formation. He always has been. Like, he can say that now because he's flexible last couple of games, but he has been wedded to a system, a base formation. But I think the message has been better. I think he's been brave in his decisions as Farke, but I also think he's allowed the players to be brave and sort of play what's in front of them a little bit and play a little bit more, less structured. I mean, you've seen for the first time this season now, you're getting midfielders, Tanaka and Stack both scoring in the same game. Whenever we ever felt like our midfielders have had that license to be in the box to even get shots off, let alone score, and Tanaka's benefiting that massively. Stack's getting goals, and he gets a goal and assist from a corner. All of a sudden, lads, we've got centre half scoring. Wing backs will always get. I think he'll get assists as season goes on. Your midfielders are scoring. You've got two up top who are scoring. All of a sudden, we can score from anywhere on the pitch. I wouldn't even put it against Perry, kicking it down, and if you keep it central, it'd probably go in as well with how hard he kicks the ball. But I just think that midfield three, especially the way it is now with Ampadu, Stack, and Tanaka, they're going to give you goals as well, rather than it just being sit in front of that back four or back five and don't let. We actually feel like, Tanaka may get 6, 7, 8 goals this season. Stack may. When have we ever said that, Bossnass? First season under Farke, Gruev got a free kick in semi-final. Only goal was scored from midfield. What a difference. And that isn't down to the formation for me. That's down to Farke just being braver and allowing his players, I think, that freedom a little bit more. Because we've spoke a lot, Bossnass, of that sort of handbrake on and that creative freedom sort of not being quite let go by Farke. Do you feel like that's happened a bit more now in the last few games?
It's really odd because apart from the guy looking identical, looking the same, you'd think it was a totally different guy, or that he did have a twin brother, because he was so rigid in his instructions. If a player went a little bit too far forward and exposed themselves in defence, you'd see him going absolutely sick on the sideline, losing his rag, even if it looked like a pretty successful attacking move. He'd lose it. And now, and this, I don't know how this will go down. When I look at the Premier League, I look at the teams in it. We do look a lot like the team that were coming down to London to play this weekend in Brentford, because they've got it in them where they'll zip it around. Jordan Henderson will then, play diagonals. They'll go direct. They'll play short. You just don't know what you're getting with them. And we kind of look like that now, where we can play the ball on the floor and do some tidy passing, like we saw with the goal with the Arrington build up, or we can just lump it forward and play off the strikers and look to be physical and try and get in behind that way. And it's just, I don't know. It's like Farke was reading Football for Idiots at the beginning of the season.
I love that.
and now he's got the Pep Guardiola, manual of football. I don't know what's happened to the guy.
It's crazy, isn't it? Because it didn't seem that strange to sort of go along to where we sort of.
I don't know if he didn't trust his players or his players didn't trust him, or there was just a lack of trust there somewhere. But now he seems to fully trust his players to go out there and really give anyone a game. But I do like the fact that not only is he versatile in formation, he'll now switch things up in terms of style of play.
Yeah.
So you really don't know what you're going to get from him, and that will pay all sorts of benefits going forward this season.
Yeah, it's exciting as well, boys, isn't it? People say, I mean, we're playing direct football now, lads, but it's not route one. It's not boring. It's not hoofball. It's not possession for possession's sake. It's not slow build up. It is quite quick now. There's some nice little intricate passing. Like when you can see when Aronson came on, he definitely brought a little bit more energy, and that worked. When we are going long, DCL is one of the best in that low end at Premier League for me. Outside that top 10, who can do all that sort of nitty gritty work. I think it's great. And you look at us now. And as a fan, I'm just really excited. Like I say, every time we get the ball and we start get it into their half, I feel like we're going to threaten. And we haven't got the most talented players, no. But even corners now, Sean, something we haven't seen for years. Even corners, you feel like there's a chance we can score from corners now.
Yeah.
So just in the essence that we don't keep clean sheets and we haven't done pretty much since maybe game week 3 or 4. We look like we concede every game. But because we weren't scoring, creating many chances, the teams only needed a goal to beat us, Sean. Now teams probably need 2 or 3 to beat us because I reckon we could concede 3 at Brentford and I still won't rule out us getting 4. That's how exciting. What a difference a week makes. Like all of a sudden, I feel like we can outscore the opponent. It's mad. When you score 8 against those 3 sides, like, mate, in 2.5 games, it's going to give us that confidence. And if we're feeling that as fans, that dressing room, that training ground this week must be bouncing into what is a very difficult game. And obviously we'll get into Brentford, but the confidence and the momentum in sport, in life, is massive. And for me, what an ending to that Liverpool game that will spur us on for Sunday.
I think with Farke, and we'll touch back on what Bossnass said there, is we could see it beginning of the season. We were trying to do the same as we did last season. It was the slow build up, play out from the back. It wasn't working. We had to, and we said it. We've said this, Matty. We know. We've said this. You've got to be braver in certain areas, and don't be scared to lose the ball in them areas. Yeah. Going back to the Chelsea game, like what I saw, well, we were being brave in them areas. And if we lost the ball, we'd press them high up and we'd win the ball back. So it's not always a bad thing to not have the ball. And that's another factor in going long, like you've just said. Yeah. It don't matter. We can go long. We've got players who thrive off that. We've got Calvert-Lewin who loves a flick on, who can hold the ball up. Nemetcha, same, 2 big guys up top. I think they're brilliant together. So this is why Farke's had to come away from that. It wasn't working. No. We were trying to outplay teams that are dogged Premier League football teams. They've seen it all before. It doesn't work. So he's had to change the style. He's had to change the formation. The one thing I do like about the 3-5-2 is it allows then the midfield to be able to do that. We've even talked about.
It'll have been Bill.
It'll have been Bill. Yeah. It allows the midfield then to get into them areas in the boxes. We said we were playing with 3 midfielders. Where are the box-to-box midfielders? We didn't have any. We didn't have any.
We have 3 DMs, didn't we? That's all we have.
We have 3 DMs. Yeah. Now with the 3 at the back, it allows the wing backs to push. It allows them other 2 midfielders to push in getting into the areas in the box where they can get the goals, and they have been getting the goals. So it's working. It's working. We've just got to keep being brave, and Farke's got to keep being brave as well, and not revert back to type and not revert back to this slow passing out from the back. I'm trying to say that because he might still do that in certain games, but I'm thinking, well, which games? Because I'm looking at Brentford and I've looked at some stats for them. They're not great in possession, so we will probably have a lot of the ball.
Yeah, we will.
They've scored a lot of goals. They've scored a lot of goals this season. So again, it proves you don't need to have all the ball to score goals and win games. And I think Daniel Farke's learnt that. So it's just at the minute, it's really good to see.
Yeah, I know it is, mate. Andy here says, I think you're being kind to Farke, lads. Second half at Man City was desperation time for him. There was no way in hell he was going to move away from the 4 at the back, as he proved. Yeah, I mean, I think we all agree with that. We all agree it were a bit of a... I think
it more realisation. I think it was realisation.
Yeah. Again, though, I asked why he did it. He did it, and it sort of changed the trajectory of our season and mood at the minute. And right then, lads and lasses watching, 35 likes is 105 people watching. Please smash a like. We always like to get over 100 likes, possibly before the end of the show. But please smash a like on it, because we are going into now everybody's favourite part of the show. I'm sure of it anyway. Mr. Bossnass is here. Mr. Wilco Whites is here. Smash us a like as we enter Defeat the Ladder.
On then, Matty. What have you forgot, pal?
Oh, every week do I forget to do this. Every week. Where were we?
Well, you got to put up with now, Bossnass.
There we go.
It's not good enough, is it?
It is classes, that's all. I always forget to change it. Smash a like, people, as we go to try and beat the ladder again. Bossnass.
Yeah, you will. Yeah,
I had
you weren't
Priestley
doing
last
anything
week.
last week.
I had Priestley last week. No offense, Sean, but he's some guy. Anyway, when it comes
Priestley knows ball. Listen, don't be expecting that from me. Priestley
Right,
knows
right.
ball.
He's the Oracle. Did anybody watch Benidorm?
Oh, he is. Yeah.
He's the Oracle.
he is.
He is.
Right, lads. Right, are you ready for your AI quiz of the week?
Cheers,
This
Bill.
one,
Yeah.
this quiz is AI, right, people? Don't kill me. But it is only sourced from BBC, Sky Sports, and ESPN. So we're good. All right, we're good.
Okay.
Come on, guys.
Right, and I've got a spare question. I thought I'd do that, right? So listen, spare question time. If you get in a bit of a pickle and you've already got one wrong,
Right.
I have got a spare question so you can swap one out if you're stuck.
Thank you. Well, that'll be needed.
Needed.
Some of them are hard. Some of them are hard. Right, here we go. Number one. Who scored Leeds United's winning goal in a 1-0 victory over Bournemouth in January 2015? Was it A, Luke Murphy? Was it B, Suleiman Dukara? Was it C, Mirko Antonucci? Or was it D, Alex Moat? This is a quiz from the last decade, people. So 2015,
brutal.
2025.
That is brutal. That is just a guess. I used to love Antonucci. He used to come up with some right pearlers, didn't he, that guy? Remember him? Good all that. He just looked like he just left a bar. Looked half cut all the time. Shaggy hair and a beard I'd only dream of. Bournemouth. Why am I thinking Luke Murphy?
I'm thinking 1-0. Where's the 1-0 come from there? It's like,
I told you it was a 1-0.
yeah, 1-0, yeah.
Yeah, where does it come from? That's what I want to know. Whose boots it comes from?
Come from? And I'm thinking,
Oh, this is a toughie, this, mate.
It's a toughie, boys. It's a toughie. It's an hard one. I'm not gonna.
Can we get a clue? Can we have a clue?
I think Luke Murphy from outside box, me. Just a power driver. £1 million from Crew, and he come up good for that.
Try it then.
Right, yeah, I think Luke Murphy.
Locking it in.
Locking it in.
Well, not by your face, but I've got it now because I've said it.
He's got it right.
Get in!
I don't know how you do it.
I nearly said Moat, and I'm looking, is it
Come
Moat?
on.
He can
I
score.
remember him scoring in a 1-0, but I couldn't remember who it was against. But outside box, bottom corner, I'm sure
That's it, yeah. Thinking of who scored.
Murphy.
Yeah.
£1 million from
In a
Crew, wasn't it?
1-0.
Come on.
Right, lads. Good start. Hey, listen, including last week, that's 11 in a row.
Right. Now.
Did you get all 10 last week?
Yeah.
Priestley did.
Priestley did.
No, he didn't. He was going to get stadium capacity all wrong.
Yeah, he was actually.
Number two, in December 2016, Leeds lost 2-0 to Brighton after conceding 2 penalties. Who was sent off in that match?
Calvin Phillips. I know that one. Locking it in. Calvin
Correct.
Phillips.
Weird. I don't understand it. I don't get it.
How do you know that? That's well. I
just remember it, mate. I just remember it.
This isn't normal, is it?
Come on.
I'm not being funny, right? People.
He's got that book in front of him, Manny. That's what it is.
Who are you? Who are you? Who are you?
People at home, do not get self-conscious thinking you're not a good Leeds fan. I wouldn't know any of these.
No.
Can we play this every week? Can we play this every week? I'm joking.
Number three. This is absolutely. I thought you was going to get one of those first two wrong. Number 3. Which Leeds player scored twice in the 4-3 defeat to Wolves in April 2015?
Is this multiple choice?
Yeah. Billy Sharp. B. Sam Byram. C. Alex Moat. Or D. Charlie Taylor.
Surely it's not Sam Byram. Surely not. I could imagine Charlie Taylor getting left wing back.
Do you know how daft it is? I've got a left back in my head. I had a.
I think Charlie Taylor. Do you? Just like us.
I was thinking. I think it would a defender.
I don't think it'd be Sam Byram with a brace, mate. Shall we go Charlie Taylor for shits and gigs?
Yeah.
I reckon we get this one wrong, but I reckon yeah, Charlie Taylor, lock it in.
That's incorrect, lads.
It?
Probably a good idea to guess. If you're guessing at the striker might be a good idea. Just a bit of advice.
I got too cocky. With that one.
Yeah, all right.
Right, lads, That makes number 4 vital. Vital.
It does. It does after a positive start.
Oh, it's easy. It's fucking easy. Well, I think maybe it's not. Right.
Go on.
Who was Leeds United's manager when they beat Fulham 3-0 away in March 2015? Was it A, Neil Redfern? Was it B, Uwe Rosler? Was it C, Steve Evans? Or as Joey Barton would say, a bin bag full of milk?
That's what I'd say.
Or was it D, Gary Monk?
It won't Gary Monk, I don't think. He went back as 2015.
You're correct in saying it's not Gary Monk. That leaves you with 3.
Right, so I'm even thinking it wasn't Uwe Rosler.
What other one? The one
Correct
Uwe
in
Rosler.
that. Aye, correct in that as well, mate. It was not Uwe Rosler. It leaves you down to 2. I'm not helping you anymore.
Right, thank you. So it's either Redfern or Evans. This is a toughie, this. I can't remember getting any good results under the bin bag full of milk. I'm sure.
It's got to be Redfern then, hasn't it?
I've got a feeling Redfern. I remember having a few positive results from Redfern. A 3-0 away at Fulham is a hell of a result.
Go on, Redfern then.
Yeah, I would say Redfern instead of Evans.
Well, listen, boys.
Oh, it's done, innit?
It's correct.
Oh, come on.
It couldn't have, oh, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Right, lads.
It was
Don't
more
forget,
obvious than no else, wasn't it?
don't forget you've got that switcheroo as well. Don't forget you've got the switcheroo.
Fucking hell, we gambled there, didn't we? Switcheroo as well.
Yeah. Number 5, in the 2018-19 season, which Leeds player scored a hat-trick in the 4-0 win over Ipswich Town? 2018-2019. Was it A, Kamar Roof? Was it B, Pablo Hernandez? Was it C, Patrick Bamford? Or was it D, Mateus Click?
Oh, hat-trick. So this was Bielsa season, wasn't it?
2018-19.
I watched that. Against Ipswich.
Against Ipswich, yeah.
It weren't Bamford. It weren't Bamford. Was it Kamar Roof, do you reckon? I don't think Bamford scored an hat-trick against... He only scored one hat-trick for Leeds. I think Bamford. It was Villa.
I can remember watching that in pub.
I think it was Roof, mate. I don't think it was Bamford. Bamford didn't score an hat-trick early doors. He was out, wasn't he, for most of that season as well, injured. Roof played for most of the season, didn't he? I think it's Kamar Roof, mate. We can afford to get one wrong. Kamar Roof, lock it in if Sean don't know.
That is the correct answer, Matthew Foster.
Come on, Shawnee boy. Come on, Mr. Bossnass.
Well, I was just thinking, I can't remember Click ever scoring an hat-trick.
Exactly.
Can you?
Is that the season? Is that the season before he got his move to Rangers?
I think so. Yeah. No, he moved to Anderlecht.
Oh, did he? Yeah, did he?
He's on fire. Come on. He's on fire.
That was Vincent Kompany's gig, wasn't it, at the time?
I think that was.
Right, number 6, boys. Hey, listen, we're getting to that number, getting close to that number 10. Number 6, in Leeds United's first Premier League season back in 2021, which player scored their only goal in a 1-0 win away at Sheffield United in the September of 2020? Was it A, Paddy Bamford?
Pablo Hernandez, and it was crossed by Jack Clark after a mistake by their goalkeeper.
Let me give you the options. Was it A, Patrick Bamford? Was it B, Jack Harrison? Was it C, Mateus Click? And was it D, Stuart Dallas?
What?
Right, I will VAR this while we are on.
What game is it? Say it again, please.
It was the 2021 away win at Sheffield United in September of 2020. I'm looking at it now, so don't fear.
I might have done this wrong, man, because that was in Championship, the goal I'm thinking. But 2021 were in Prem?
Yeah, against Sheffield.
Right, okay. Yeah. The other game of Bamford, I think. I would think I jumped proper ahead of that and thought about Championship when I missed the year. I'm glad you read the options out, my mate. Yeah, well, Patrick Bamford. You're mute. Can't hear you. Bossnass. Sean.
You sure at Patrick Bamford?
Yeah, in the Prem,
His only goal. He scored his only goal. That you're saying only goal that season?
Can't hear you. Where have you gone, Bossnass? He didn't say that, did he?
Yeah, the only goal he scored that season, wasn't it?
He'll have to repeat the question once his mic's right. 107 watching, 50 likes. Come on, you 57 lovely people. Smash a like for us, please. Really, really appreciate it. Really helps the channel. Gets more of us Leeds fans in here for the back end of this quiz. So hopefully see us win it, which we probably won't.
Should be back.
Are you
lad.
back? You're back.
You're back.
Yes, who's back? Right, read this question out again, mate, because I'm all flabbergasted with this one. I thought I had it. I looked at it.
In Leeds United's first Premier League season back in 2020-2021,
Can't believe I missed that. Right, yeah.
which player scored their only goal in the 1-0 win away at Sheffield United in the September of 2020?
So this is
Their
the only goal.
their only goal they scored that season.
No. The only goal of the game.
Oh, the only goal of the game.
Happy Bamford.
Yeah.
Bamford.
Go on then, Bammy.
Correct, lads. You're breezing it. Listen, you're doing well now.
I thought it was the only goal he'd scored that season. That's why I'm thinking it couldn't have been Patrick Bamford.
No, yeah. I think it was the only goal of the game.
You're right.
Number 7, lads. You weren't even used your switcheroo yet. Really impressive stuff.
It's been almighty.
In the 2020-21 season, which Leeds player scored in both league matches against Manchester City? I aren't giving you multiple choice for this.
What's Dallas in?
Oh, yeah, with Dallas scored at Ellen Road and away. Yeah, Stuart Dallas.
Gotta be, hasn't it?
Yeah,
Beautiful boys.
I'd say I got that one, Matty.
Yeah, you can have that one. Yeah, I didn't have a clue. Stuart Dallas. Did he play for Leeds?
Yeah.
No idea, mate. No idea. I love the D, but didn't know about Stuart D. Go on.
Right, boys. Listen, really impressive stuff. Number 8. Let's go. This is my lucky number. Number 8. Who scored Leeds United's only goal in their 1-0 win over Burnley in December of 2021?
Oh, is this multiple choice?
No. We've got to turn up the heat at some point.
Oh. I've got Jack Harrison in my head or Alioski. I don't know why I keep thinking that left-hand side, but I'm not sure. So let's think about it. Away at Burnley in 21. I've got a feeling it's come from that left side. Alioski or Harrison. Or Helder Costa, someone like that. You know, someone like I don't know. I think it's one of them three. I might be way off with that. But I'm going to say
I can't even remember the game. I can't even remember the game.
I think just pick one at ones I've said. Go. Helder Costa, Alioski or Harrison.
Alioski.
We'll go Alioski.
Looking at it, lads.
Yeah.
The answer is Jack Harrison.
Oh no! That was the first thing I thought as well. Always go with your gut.
Why should have gone with your gut, mate?
Thing is, when my gut's this big, sometimes it leads me astray. You know what I mean? So sometimes I can't go with my gut. Or I'll be in a buffet somewhere drowned.
Right, boys, which makes question 9, an important do.
I might be using Switch now, but actually, I might have to. Might be sure. Go on, let's see what it is.
Which Leeds United player was sent off in the 3-0 defeat to Aston Villa in March 2022?
Why does this one not stand out? 3-0 what?
What it a defender?
3-0 what?
3-0 loss.
To Aston Villa in 2022.
Oh.
Was it Berardi? Were he still here then?
I think he was still there, but I don't think it'll be Berardi. I reckon it's a switcheroo, this one, if he didn't jump in ours. It's a guess in it, so you might as well do a switcheroo because it might be one we know, Sean.
You want to go switcheroo?
It's got to be Sean, hasn't it? Because we might know the one. We don't know this one. Yeah,
we're locking it in. Switcheroo, locking it in.
Switcheroo. It's got to be switcheroo.
Switch it up, then we don't know it.
I'm risking it this close.
Unless I said the right answer, but
what did you say?
I said Berardi, but
right. So you can either go with Berardi or you can switch it up.
you fucker. We've got to switch it up, but you've got to tell us it ain't Berardi. Berardi didn't play.
I don't even know.
I'll tell you at the end of the quiz, lads.
Oh,
right. Here we go. Here's the switcheroo. Which national team did Tony Yeboah represent?
Ghana.
Correct.
That one a right switcheroo, that Shawnee boy. Come on.
The answer of question 9, who got sent off, was Dan James.
What it?
I do not remember that.
I mean, we are relying on I'm sure there'll be some fact checkers.
It'll be right. It'll be right. I just
Right.
that's fair enough.
Number 10, boys, and to defeat the ladder. Number 10, and to defeat the ladder. And directly after this, people, I've got the world's wackiest fact. Right.
I love these facts you've got. But yeah, let's do this. Come on.
Number 10. In the 2016-2017 Championship season, Leeds lost 2-1 at home to Derby County after leading at half-time. Which player scored their goal in that match?
So this was Gary Monk's season, I think. 16, 17. I wish you'd have talked about.
Question 10 is supposed to be the hard question for the quiz, but if the chat allows it, we can do multiple choice, but it's up to the chat.
Come on, chat. Multiple choice, yes or no. Bossnass, you check chat out because I'm trying not to.
If you say a name, I'm thinking, but I don't even know.
So, are we in agreement, Sean? This is Gary Monk season. 16, 17.
Not
17.
It must be.
Sure, that's Gary Monk season, right? So I'm thinking Chris Wood.
What?
I'm thinking.
Say the question again. I'm thinking Derby player.
Well, boys, I'll say the question again, and the chat have come through for you. They've been nice. They've been nice. We've got.
Say the question again.
Got Dave Smith coming through with the yes. Paul Smith, Michael Gott, Steve Robbo, legend, Richard Woodford. They're all saying yes. Right. So
thank you.
Say it again then.
In 2016-17 Championship season, Leeds lost 2-1 at home to Derby County after leading at half-time. Which Leeds player scored a goal in that match? Was it A, Chris Wood? Was it B, Pablo Hernandez? Was it C, Kemar Roof?
Right, hear me out. Go on
then. If you say it's him.
Or was it D, Suleiman Dakara?
Right, hear me out. The ball gets fizzed into Chris Wood. He takes a turn, and on the half volley, hits it, and it goes in off the post, and it's an absolute worldie. Back to goal, outside area, turns, half volley, bang, in off a post. Chris Wood, we go 1-0 up and we lose again 2-1. I remember it. It's right. In off the post, fact check it, get it on screen. I don't give a shit. Chris Wood is giving me the wood. Chris Wood. I'm telling you now. Chris Wood, boys.
Go for it then. Yeah, if you remember it.
Lock that shit in.
I mean, what's the point of me telling you it's correct? You know exactly what happened.
He's done it, boys.
I can't believe this.
He's done it. He's done it.
Well done, mate.
Chris Wood, honestly.
I can't believe you remembered that game. That's
I remember
mental.
goal, mate. I remember goal. Oh, that is fire. That is fire,
Is there any wonder that when Matty's got Priestley, like, there'll be no quiz that ever beats him?
Oh, that is fire, boys. I am buzzing with that. Right, hold on.
Have we got another one to do?
No, I say you've defeated the lad. That was 10.
We've done it.
What was the one we skipped then? Or did you give us answer?
I gave you the answer.
James.
Hold on, boys. I've just got to play the little. It's not game over. We win. Absolutely buzzing with that.
Brilliant.
Buzzing.
Can't believe it.
Boys, do you want a weird fact that'll blow your mind?
Yes. Yes.
Absolutely blow your mind. I reckon both of you have eaten wasps.
That's so random, mate.
I reckon most of the chat have eaten wasps.
Why?
Right? I can prove it.
Why?
Right? Have you ever eaten? Are you into your biscuits, Sean?
Go on, I like a biscuit, yeah.
Are you into a fig roll?
Oh, I love a fig roll.
You've eaten loads of wasps then, son. Right?
Well,
do you know
why?
why? Do you know why? Because the fig is not a naturally sweet fruit, right? What happens is a wasp gets attracted to the fig, boom, flies straight into the fig, right? And when it goes in, something happens where the fruit, like, it loses its wings. And then slowly, the fig breaks down the wasp using its enzymes, right? And the wasp decomposes into fig fruit, right? right?
What is
Where have
going
you
on
heard this
here?
from?
What is
And
going on here?
that's what makes the fig fruit sweet. And then that gets sent over to McVitie's. They put it in your in a biscuit, and you dip it in your tea.
Oh,
You eat
I'm not bothered. It tastes nice. It tastes nice. I'm happy. That's a great fact, mate. I wouldn't have never known that.
Love
I'm
it.
going to be Googling that.
I love it. What were the one you told me about the other day? Brilliant quiz. Cheers, Tony. Thanks so much, mate.
Which one?
What you told me one other day? Oh, about a camel. That were brilliant. If you want to leave your right, listen to this, right? So Bossnass said to me, if I want to leave my house, Matty, right, on a camel or a horse, which one would get to my house quickest? And I said horse.
No, I said if I live in Brid, Matty lives in Leeds.
Oh,
I said,
yeah, I saw that.
if I was going to have a race between Brid and Leeds, and somebody had an horse and somebody had a camel, who would win? Right? And Matty was like, horse. You can't tell me any
I
different.
picked camel. I said camel.
And it is the camel.
Yeah.
It's mad
Yeah.
that.
Did
I
you
just
know
don't
in
get
the Crusades, right? The racing camels could do 40 mile an hour. Imagine that. That's breaking speed limit.
Didn't you?
It
Nobody
is.
watched Indiana Jones. Don't you ride the camels back in Indiana Jones? Is it something like that?
Yeah,
And
it's not right.
it's something
Did you
like
know
that, isn't it? They're
There's
the
all
fast
sorts of weird
as.
things. All sorts of weird things in this world. If you go to the Caribbean, right, you can go on this excursion, yeah, and you go to this island, right? It's called Pig Island, right? And you
Right.
go on a boat, and a big family of swimming pigs swim up to the boat so you can stroke them. An island of swimming pigs.
Wow. Wow. Somebody check this guy's hard drive.
I'll tell you.
You need to get out a bit more, Bossnass, mate. That's
It's like that. It's like that type fig. No, I said fucking pig. I said
Pig on a
twig.
pig.
Yeah, honestly, funny. We all love figs.
You
We
know,
all
I
love
could
figs.
eat a fig now. Fig biscuit.
What are you looking for now, Bossnass?
The island, it's the island of Abernethy, and it's surrounded, the island, as a whole indigenous population of pigs that come out to greet tourists on the boats, and you can stroke them in the water.
That's
right.
that's-
And if
that's
you're having a fig biscuit at the same time, you're eating a wasp while stroking a pig.
There's any camels on this island as well?
Garibaldi's, loads of blue bottles get attracted
Love
to the
it,
sugar
mate.
in the biscuit, then
Brilliant.
stuff. Yeah, Garibaldi's. Remember, I didn't know what a Garibaldi was 6 months ago, and then I found it in the supermarket. What is this biscuit? It turns out everybody in the world knew what a Garibaldi was, just I didn't. And it blew up on TikTok with honestly about 100,000 people messaging me saying, "You are an absolute tool." I know, and I know my biscuits. Believe it or not, I know you probably don't believe it, but yeah, Garibaldi's. I don't know that much. Right then, boys. Bossnass, great quiz as always. Right, enjoyed that. Enjoy it every week. Really happy. We won 2 weeks in a row. I was going to say make it harder, bring it on, but please don't. That were a nice little level of that. I enjoyed that. Right then, boys. Let's get into the Brentford preview. And before we get into the nuts and bolts of it, although this is kind of the nuts and bolts of it, it wouldn't feel right to have Mr. Sean Carney himself, Lord Statman Sean here, without introducing him this way. Statman! Oh, hell yeah, Mr. Statman.
yes,
Mr.
man.
Statman Sean. There's a bit of nostalgia for the OGs in the house. Come on, mate. Give us some stats on Brentford, mate.
Oh,
Come
some
on.
stats on Brentford. Okay,
Yeah.
Brentford. They've only lost one game at home all season, and that was against Manchester City. They average at 1.4 goals per game, but they're also conceding 1.6 goals per game. They're actually 16th in the table for average possession per match. They are actually bottom 20th in accurate passes per match. But that's going back to what we said about it doesn't matter having all the possession to score goals. Brentford have been awarded the most penalties already this season, with 7 penalties already in 15 games. Igor Thiago is second in Golden Boot with 11 goals, 5 of which have all been penalties. If you want to look at sort of difference between Thiago and like Nemecha and DCL, Tioga's XG is up there at 8.81, where you're looking at Nemecha's who's down at like 4.43, 4.53 for things. So he is going to be one to watch at the weekend. And that's it.
That's fair. Jim Howson here, mate, says, I have a theory that if you stop Igor getting service, they are screwed.
And there you go. Yeah, he's really, really been good this season. An interesting fact, he's on course to be the highest scoring Brazilian to play in the Premier League as well, if he continues in this game. Yeah.
I suppose he will be. He's on 11 already, isn't he? And
Yeah,
15 games, so he's smashing it. Right. I've got to try and somehow put a poll in this without fucking the stream up. So talk about Brentford between yourselves, lads. Bossnass, tell me a little bit about.
Talk about. I know this is a league stream, but can we talk about how hilarious it is that West Ham think they're signing Neymar in January?
I didn't know that was a thing. I'm gonna lie.
People think.
There's your things that happened, mate.
Mate, people think the island of pigs and wasp biscuits was weird. They think they're going to sign Neymar in January, which is mental.
Where's he playing now? Is it Saudi Arabia?
No, he's in.
Where's he play?
He's in South America, isn't he? Oh, it begins with an S, I think. Is it one of his?
Things have happened, mate.
He plays for a team that he played for when he was a youngin. Santos.
Right.
Nice one.
Santos.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that's incredible. Like that they actually think that they're going to sign Neymar in January.
It's class, to be fair, though, isn't it? That they even fair enough. Right then, keep talking. Brentford. I'm on with
Brentford.
This.
So I still think we're going to have a lot of the ball. I'm still hoping we stick with the 3-5-2 formation. Hopefully bringing Tanaka. We need to play Tanaka in this game as well. They've got a decent midfield. You've got obviously Jordan Henderson, experienced midfielder in there. Is it Damsgaard?
Yeah, Danish Damsgaard, yeah.
Yeah, good player. But obviously, like we just said there, their striker's the main guy. And that's
I get that, but I think Kevin Shard is their best player, but he's suspended.
Yeah, well, I didn't know that until kindly Danny Rumsey reminded me after my video today that is suspended. So a bit of a miss for them. But yeah. I mean, they've been doing well, and it's the home form that's worrying. You know, obviously only losing one game all season, and the draw that they did get was against Chelsea. So, and they've beaten I think Man United, Liverpool, Newcastle, you know, at home this season as well. So it's going to be a tough one, guys. It's going to be a tough one, but I'm confident. I think we will have enough to actually get at them. But again, it's all down to the formation and the players that start. I mean, obviously Nemecha missing still is a big miss. I obviously would love for him to come back in there. Who would you start up top there? Would you stick with Okafor? Would you give Pirlo a run?
I personally, lads, in this one, if Mecha's not fit, call me wild, because I love the 3-5-2, 5-3-2, whatever you want to call it.
I know what you're going to say.
I don't mind us reverting back to a 4-3-3 or a 4-2-3-1. Just because the comeback against Liverpool wasn't in a 3-5-2. We'd already sort of swapped the formations around at that point. I do think if we go with the right attitude and we're up for the game, that regardless of formation, I know away from home the 4-3-3's not worked at all. At Ellen Road, the 4-3-3's worked pretty well. But I'm massively positive that if it isn't working, he'll change it anyway. So I think the 3-5-2 works brilliant defensively. I think having Biol in there is great, but I think the two, I do think you lose a lot not having Mecha in there. But you'd like to think an Okafor alongside him can do the business. We didn't see that against Liverpool, but Brentford aren't Liverpool. And I know Liverpool aren't in form, but do you get what I mean? Like the 3-5-2 may work against Brentford, but I think it may deviate from it, mate.
I think with the 4-2-3-1, I'm not against that now. But I think there he would start a Brendan Aronson in there. But I think he's more of an impact player for me, Brendan Aronson, that last 20 minutes. A lot, you know, maybe even Willie Nonto at the minute, maybe a bit more of an impact player, or he's competing for that role on the left-hand side against Okafor. Is there a chance he might put him on that right wing if we don't play the 3-5-2? But yeah, I like Brendan Aronson coming on them last 20, 15 minutes with that energy, getting in and around them tight areas. He was so good against Liverpool doing that handballing onto, and I think we've got to stick with that. And I've just said earlier, set ourselves up, not in that solid formation, and we see where we go from there. We can always change it.
I like the 3-5-2 because I think Goodmanson and Bogle can cause these guys some real problems on the way. I would start Okafor and DCL up front.
Would you?
And I just think play a 3-5-2, keep it tight, keep ourselves in a game away from home. Because look, if you're picking up a point away from home, that's good. That's good for
of course.
We can't start getting greedy. We can't start thinking that we can't get drunk on our own, on our own hype. We've got to go into this, work hard, be humble. And I think if you start a 3-5-2 and then switch to a 4-2-3-1 towards the back end, maybe the last 20, if we're not where we want to be in the game. And yeah, I've even got a feeling that it's going to be a really open game because the onus is going to be on Brentford are the home side. They've got the home crowd. The onus is on them to play the attractive football, to go out and be on the front foot and win that game. They're the home team. That works well. Keith Andrews, though, for me, I don't like the guy, but his managerial performance at the start of this season is quite worryingly good. And I know they're dropping down the league a bit, but they were, at some points, odds-on favourites to be down and be in serious trouble by Christmas. And they're still...
You know what it is for me, Bossnass, right? When I look at Keith Andrews, just to sort of go into Brentford a little bit, he's not an exciting sort of manager for Brentford to have, right? But for me, he's just he's a coach. He's a set piece coach. So his coaching on the training pitch will be decent, right? You don't look at him and think scream out a manager that's going to get every single ounce of talent from the squad. But what Brentford have got and what we lacked in, they've got a really good recruitment base. That Moneyball system, that they've got the right people in the right places, Bossnass, to bring in decent players. They've got Igor, who's on 11 goals for them currently. Brentford are the masters of losing talented players and replacing them with other talented players for less money. And if you get someone who's really good on the training field, which he clearly is, regardless of what we think of him as a pundit and what he said about Leeds, he's obviously getting a tune out of the players. There's some synergy there from boardroom to manager, and they've got the ingredients right there for a side that are good enough to stay in the division.
Have you seen what AG's put in the chat? And fair play to him, he's right.
Oh, AG. No, do you know what it is? I'm basking in the glory because we won again and you weren't part of it, AG. Basking in the glory. This is what happens when you win the quiz. When you win the quiz, it's on there because look what it says at the bottom. Beat the ladder. We beat the ladder. I don't think you understand the context. I've already thought of this, AG. You come here with your smart ass answer after a couple of baby shams with your posh friends. I tell you what, AG, yeah, we beat the ladder, mate. And where were you? Where were you? In some champagne bar, mate. You were in some champagne bar eating mussels and stuff.
Yeah.
If he's not messaging from Pop World, he's not obviously had a good night then, is he? So...
Honestly, I once told him I bought an oyster from an ice cream van. He was like, what, they sell them? He just don't even get it. He don't even get it, man. He don't get it.
Brought some champagne in a normal glass and asked if they had a flute. That kind of vibe.
Oh, no. Michael says, why change something that's working 3-5-2 even if they sniff out? No, I get that. But in Farke's mind, I'm sort of looking at it from Farke's way, Michael, is the 3-5-2 didn't work against Liverpool. I think it worked to a degree. We nullified him for first half, but it didn't work. He changed it to 4-3-3.
Yeah,
and then we score 3 goals. So I'm looking at Farke's point of view.
Yeah, but like I've just said, with stats, they don't like having the ball, and when they have the ball, they're not very good with it.
That's my worry. That Sean, when we're allowed to have the ball.
No. So let them. So what I'd like to see is a bit more like Chelsea. Let them have the ball. Let their defenders have the ball, and we win that ball high up, and we get them that way because they don't like having it. And if they do kick it long, we've got 3 defenders at back who'll just win it. So that's the way we need to go.
Game of football, by the way.
Yeah.
It could be that stink fest because both teams are better without having the ball.
I actually think we're better with the ball than Brentford.
I
really
agree
do.
with that. I think our
So-
midfield's better. I think our midfield's
But
better.
I want us to be winning that ball higher up. So let them have the ball. Let their defenders have the ball, and we'll trap them up in them areas.
This
like
is
we did against
Richard
Chelsea.
says here, is Bale a good matchup for Thiago? I think so, but
Yeah.
someone said earlier in chat as well about, could we treat Margot Thiago a little bit like we did Haaland? Problem with that is, we snuffed Haaland out in that Man City game, and we could do the same with Thiago, but we can't be too focused on the focal point, because just like Foden did, you've got someone like Damsgaard and these other players, talented players have got. If you give too much space, around edge of our area, because you're focusing on someone like Thiago, someone like Damsgaard will take that position up and slot away a shot as well. So that does worry me a little bit about being too focused on, and we will be focused, Bossnass, on someone that scored 11 goals after 15 games. That is a massive focal point, and what we'd give to have DCL on 11 goals right now. He's the reason, really, Bossnass, the way they are in the division.
Yeah, no, yes, and do you know what? They're absolutely amazing at sniffing out those players, getting those players. Which look at what we've done with Wisser and Ollie Watkins in the past, and
Yeah.
Yeah, right. You're right with that.
you know what I mean. I think if you're going to invest in anything in this Premier League, if you're not European side, invest in your network and your scouting network. You mentioned Keith Andrews was brought in. He was a set piece, but he was brought in and he did that job for a bit. That was never the vision for Keith Andrews. That was never the vision for him.
No.
They bring people in good time to get them to where they want to be. And yeah,
Where's this Thiago guy come from?
I have no idea.
Have you heard of him before? I've not heard of him before, and he's banging 11 goals in already this season.
How much did he cost him? How much did he cost him? What's he called? Let's have a look. Thiago.
I go Thiago.
But that's the sort of player we should be. I mean, we're awfully going off track a little bit here, but that's the sort of the player. Whatever he cost, how much would he cost?
30 million. They bought him for 30 million from
But
Club
if he scored in 11 goals already this season and he carries on this form, he's going to be worth 60 at end of season.
Worth 30.
If he's second top goal scorer come end of season.
Yeah, he's worth 33.8 now. He's only 24, and he looks a lot older than that.
Where would he from?
Club Brugge in Belgium.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. See,
It's
these
a
are
lot of
the
money,
sort of type of players we need to be getting at.
Yeah, they've got the recruitment spot on for many years of Brentford.
That's where this guy originates from as well, and I've been saying this. So, I think I mentioned it to Sean in the chat once. He came from Cruzeiro, which is a South American team. There's so much value to be had down there, man.
You've said that before, You've said that before, Bossnass.
We had it on in chat. Yeah, absolutely. Loads of quality talent down there that you can pick up for like 4 to 5 million.
It's mental.
And that's peanuts. It's absolute peanuts. We paid 6 million for Barnow.
Yeah. Jim says I've heard of him. He was getting a lot of hype. A lot of clubs dropped the ball, not getting him. Yeah, he's doing. They signed him last year. He says he signed him last year. He only played 8 games last season though because of an knee injury.
Here's another little fact.
Come on, Bossnass.
No, it's what team was I looking at? I want River Plate, Boca Juniors. Boca Juniors, who really, really good team down in South. You'll all have heard of Boca Juniors.
Yeah.
Is filled with good talent, a lot of talent.
Yeah.
Most of their players will be playing at the World Cup. Their team is valued at half of what Leeds United is.
Yeah. It's mental, isn't it? It is absolutely mental.
Some right talent out in South America, and there's some right talent, and that's the flair. That's the player that is exciting to watch. And yeah, I always sign a few of them in January. Maybe not Boca Junior players, but a couple of exciting players. I've just put a poll in the chat about 10 minutes ago as well, lads. So let's see who's sort of winning that one. So I put these 4 positions. I can only put 4 down in a poll. If you can only make one signing, what's the most important position to sign? Striker, winger, number 10 and backup full-back. And the strikers on 47% currently. Wingers on 7. Full-backs on 3. And number 10 is 43. So it's pretty much neck and neck for striker and number 10. It's mad how times change, though, isn't it? If we'd have done that poll a month ago, a right winger would have... I mean, let's be fair, everyone's been talking about a 10 and a winger. But because now the formation's changing, a lot of the fans want a 3-5-2 to be the staple. No one's looking at a winger now. I'm right, though. A right winger's been called upon all season pretty much by the majority. I haven't wanted a right winger, but a lot of them have.
Yeah, but do you remember what people were saying back then as well?
What?
Play Justin as the fullback and play Bogle as the winger.
Yeah, yeah. I've even said that before. That's crazy now, mate.
Because he'll be a good because he'll be a good winger. And then what do we see? He just plays a formation where Bogle is the main threat down the right hand side.
Yeah. Yeah. No, bang on. And I mean, if we'd have gone with that before, just James Justin at back and Bogle, and that would have staple, you're risking again with injuries of not having anyone fit to replace him because your backup's playing as well as your main one. So yeah, again, it just goes to sort of further.
As much as we want these flair players, I still think we need another left back. I want a full back. I want a full back,
What's
not a wing back.
What's the most important
for me is that, because that's where we're leaking goals, mate. I know what you're saying. We all want this stardust.
Yeah, but I know that's a consideration, but we don't have a good friend to play that 4-2-3-1 system. I
think Tanaka can play it, and I'll keep banging this drum.
I do, but I still want to see number 10, and I do think Tanaka can play the Bossnass.
You want to see that low to the ground, dynamic technician.
You want to see Pablo, don't you? Want a Pablo, don't you? That's I understand.
Yeah, we want another Pablo, but with the left back thing, I know you want a wing back for if Goodmanson gets injured, but
I want a full back so we can change it in game. I understand Justin can play there. We keep talking about Sam Byram,
but that's cover, right?
I want a left-footed proper full back to sort of we can sort of tighten it up in game.
But isn't that something you addressed in summer when you look at the squad again in its entirety? Because
I still think we've got cover in other areas. You're saying that you're 10. We have still, and as much as we don't like him, we have got Brendan Aronson there. I still think Willie Nonto can play in there, and I keep talking about Tanaka can play in there. We've got Stackel can play in there. We have got cover in these areas. Right wing, we've got Nonto can play there. Hopefully, Dan James isn't as bad as what we think. Brendan Aronson, we've seen he does a job, but it isn't ideal. And if the formation fits right, we don't need to play with wingers anyway.
Go on, Bossnass.
I understand that point. What my thing would be, we do have a specialist left back. We don't have a specialist 10.
Bang on. Yeah, I know what you're saying, Sean, but what I'd say is you will have definitely said before, Sean, we've got wasted money on bench in terms of I don't want to put words in your mouth, but when we've talked about Bornau and Justin, pretty much everyone's touched on the fact that we've spent a lot of money on players that may not play. If we were to bring in a left back and that was our main signing and he didn't play because he was back up to Goodmanson, and you've got
I think he would play. I think it'd be an option for certain games. And
it'd be an option, yeah. But we definitely need it.
It's just funny how we seem to be getting targeted down that left hand side because other teams are seeing it as a weakness. So in my, what can I say? In my head, I'm thinking, well, obviously that is the weakness. That's where the goals are coming from. We need someone in there who can tighten it up, shore it up a little bit in certain games. Goodmanson's fantastic as a wing back going forward. Absolutely fantastic. But it is a weakness in that team. And that's why I'm thinking a fullback, left-footed fullback, not a wing back would be ideal.
I agree with you to an extent, but don't most teams now in the Premier League concede most of the goals from that side? I would be interested to look through and see. I've said I think the right wingers in the Premier League are some of the best players in the world at the minute. And
true,
yeah.
All I would say is that for me, Farke wanted, and I know it never came. It might have come out. I might have missed it, but to me, the evidence shows that Farke wanted a proper specialist 10 before the season started.
Oh yeah.
He got what he wanted in terms of left back. He got Goodmanson and he got the cover that he wanted in James Justin. I would give, if we're gonna move past January with Farke, complete the puzzle for him and see what he's about. Give him everything he needs.
I think so. I mean, I think Sean's right, Bossnass. You'd agree if we got told we could sign 5 players, a back and left back probably would be down pecking order. Probably say get one, but
yeah,
I think number 1's a 10. I mean, just to look at this poll as well. I mean, it's level 46% with a striker. So I think we'd all say we'd love a 10 in. Even though I agree, Sean, Tanaka for me can play there. He should have played there last season for me. Didn't matter. But a striker, lads. Do you everything I'm sort of reading and hearing in the sort of the rumour territory is that Leeds are looking at bringing a 9 in. Do you see them bringing a 9 in for cover lads? Or do you think they've got to go out there and buy a statement 9 with the fact that DCL and Mecha were probably always seen by the fans as the cover for a proper, expensive, talented number 9? I think that's what we were looking at in the summer as fans, thinking go sign a Mitrovic, go sign a Demedovic, and then we'll have DCL and Mecha. Do you think it comes in as cover, or do you think we go get one better than the 2 we've got?
There's 2 things that which I there's one thing that we don't get to see, and we don't get to see how DCL and the Mecha are recovering and how long it's taking them to recovering from games.
Yeah, true.
And the second thing is, I do think that DCL and Mecha are outperforming their XG, and how long is that sustainable for?
Right.
Ideally, you want, like you've got your Erling Haaland, whose XG a couple of weeks ago was 16, and he scored 14. But to have 16 XG, you're getting in a lot of good positions, and you're having a lot of good chances, because most chances, even if it's a really, really good chance, will only get you 0.5, 0.6 XG. So if our strikers are outperforming their XG, it does sometimes allude to a little bit of luck. We've been a little bit fortunate in some situations. I would look back to the DCL's goal where he nicks it off the keeper and say, the defender there fell asleep, and that's not going to happen a lot. You might only get one of them a season. So 2 things: how long are they taking to recover? How long? What they look like in training, and then the other thing is, do we think that we've got a sustainable goal accumulation for the rest of the season? And that's probably why they're looking at a striker.
What I like about Nemecha and DCL is they can do both roles. So Nemecha can play off the shoulder, or he can drop deep, he can hold up the ball. Same with DCL. DCL's more of a hold-up player. So I would like that number 9, the goal scorer, say a Thiago, who is the main threat up there, playing off a DCL or a Nemecha. Because like Bossnass just said there, we don't know. I mean, it's been hard for him to, playing a midweek game. That must have been a hard week for them to come through. The Mechas end up picking up an injury. So to have one or other availables, great, playing alongside another main striker. So a 9 would be great. But I think we'd have to get rid of Pirro.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I'm just going to end
Pirro
that
has to be
now.
sold before we do get another new number 9. He just don't feel like he's going to be fancied as that second striker.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So if we sell him, we get a new number 9 in, and I think that it would complement DCL and Nemecha in that rotation option as well for them too.
Yeah, no, I agree. 44%, mate. Shared 44% each for 9 and a 10.
9 and 10. Yeah.
They
just want outlets and glamour.
Yeah, well, I would assume.
I'm not saying no. Like I said, I've done a video with 4 players I'd like. All 3 players. The 3 players would be a 10 and a right winger and the left back. The striker role would obviously depend on us selling players.
With a 10, if we've got really good threat down the wings now. We've got really good threat from set pieces. If we had consistent chance creation from the centre of the park in and around the 18-yard box for Mecha to get in behind, or anybody else really, Okafor coming in and inverting and getting a chance every now and again, I think it just elevates the team again. I
want to see a bit more of Willie Nonto, I think, as well, because he can do bits out there, can't he? I think he got a run of games, but it's who you take out. It's hard, isn't it? Who you take out and that. If he got a run of games, Willie Nonto, I think he'd really shine, which was what we were hoping for at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Competition is what we need. We need to strengthen this squad in January, no doubt about that.
Yeah. Do you reckon time with background now, Matty?
No, I'm milking it for all I can worth. I'll put it back because it's obviously triggering you, that we did you tonight. It's triggering you that we did you. We'll take it. There we go. Right then. So we're going to end the show with Mr. Whitesnake's poem this week. So we're going to go straight into the last segment before we sort of end the show instead. Right then, so I've started a few. Let's get through them. Evening, Matty. Boy, well, he didn't know you were on it, I don't think, Sean, but he said it's not a bit earlier on.
Adrian. Is he a new guy? Is he a new guy?
Adrian, evening everyone. MLT, all Leeds that way. Becoming a cult. This show is the best watch every week. Thanks so much. It means a lot to us. Bossnass puts a lot of work in. Adam does, and so does Sean when he is on here. And fundamentally, you were here when it started, well, Sean. So we all put a lot of work into this. It means a lot to me that everyone cares as well. So thanks for that, buddy. A question from good old Skip with the best picture there. Always, David Batty. Do you think we've got a place for a creative 10 in the window? I started that and we've just spoke about it. There you go, Skippy. Thank you very much for coming, my mate.
We do.
Right. And if you could bring in two players from the last 25 years into this squad, who would they be? Not including Rafinha. In the last 25 years, so up to 2000. Mark Viduka.
Yeah. I was going to say that.
Not including Rafinha. Mark Viduka. What's his side missing?
Well, 10. I'd have a prime Hernandez back. I would have a prime Pablo.
But when you say prime, does that mean like 33-year-old? That when we got him, but it's not a bad shout. I'm thinking it's hard because we've got a few like sort of DMs in there, but I've got to say, I've got to say there's two. It's either Radaby or Decor. To be fair, it's got a bit chief, man. It's got a bit chief. You can't not put chief in.
Yeah. I was on Viduka and Decor, but I'm going to change it. I'm going to say Viduka for the goals and Nigel Martin at the other end to keep him out.
Oh, yeah. We haven't had a keeper. Yeah, we haven't had a keeper as good as Nigel since Nigel. 100%. It's got to be. That's a right shout, that mate. It's got to be Nigel Martin, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Imagine having Nigel Martin in stick between post down, mate.
He keeps us in his league by himself.
Yeah, to be fair, yeah. It's just been 0-0 every week, wouldn't it? Just, yeah. Yeah, no, and then we'll just sub Robbo on it 95th minute to score an header against Swindon. Loads of people saying Pablo. I think Roger's having a laugh here. Rio Ferdinand. No chance. A prime Pablo. David Batty. I almost said David Batty. It's a good little question, mate. I enjoyed that, though. Good question, that. Let me have a look. Let me get rid of that one. Bring that up again from Bill earlier. Every late night Leeds, he does a donates memberships. Thanks so much for that. Paul Smith, Pirro is better to bring on later. He is slower, so good. They are tired when he comes on. Do you agree with that? Do you think there's a rule for Pirro, but it will be from the bench, or do you think he has to go in, Jan?
No, I think he's got it. If he's not playing, listen. I love Pirro.
I know you do.
I do. I want him up there as one of the main strikers. But when he's playing, he's dropping deeper, and whether that's an instruction, I don't know. I think right now he's going a bit stale in the under Farke. He just don't fancy him.
Yeah. Depreciating.
I think cash in while we can.
Yeah.
I don't see. Pirro really frustrates me massively, just because he's got the finishing of a striker.
Yep.
But the movement of a dumper truck.
Of me.
Yeah.
So you've got to play. The thing is with Pirro, he's got to get the ball into feet and have the time to dispatch a shot. I don't know if you're going to get that in the Premier League, and we don't have anybody to play the through balls really anyway.
No. He has got good. He has got good feet. When he gets on the ball, but he's not getting in them spaces where he can get shots.
He's not very mobile, I don't think, and unless he's going to play against Canate every week, who's that shocking defender, he's going to.
It's good at the level that we've had him in Championship.
I agree.
Just
cash out.
Is he the equivalent? It's unfair because he hasn't really had a chance, Bossnass, either. But is he the equivalent of a player in a line with like a Farke, where he is top-end Championship? Or is that harsh because we haven't seen Pirro? Do you know what I mean?
This is one of my biggest criticisms of not Daniel Farke necessarily, more of the board. That you had the Championship's top scorer and you failed to move him on in a summer window when you needed money to bring new players in going into a Premier League season. That will forever boggle my mind how they failed to cash in and reinvest those funds in players that we actually needed. And
when he does play Bossnass, he puts him in 10. He's so adamant to play this guy in 10, even though he's a goal scorer, and I can't understand it, mate.
He's worth more than 10 million in it, boys. Paul says.
Yeah, you'd be looking around. You've got to put Premier League tax on that as well. So I'm making between 16 to 18.
I think that's a bit high, that, Sean.
Yeah, I think
50,
15, 16, then
yeah.
I don't see why teams won't come in for that.
Well, look, like say for instance, in January, if you've got a Coventry that just want that bit to get them over the edge, they will pay the premium.
Yeah.
Or maybe a team from Holland might come in for him. I don't know. Have they got that sort of money?
I think that's what he'll probably do. He'll probably go to a foreign league, I think.
Yes,
Problem is, if he doesn't go in January and he doesn't get any game time come end of season, if we're thinking 15, will that drop potentially if he's played a whole season and played less than 500 minutes? So I think January is probably, unless he's going to play second half of the season and do well to keep his price up. I think if he's going to sit on bench all season, it's going to cost us more money in the long run. So I think in January, get him out, like you said, Bossnass, to someone who's keen on promotion.
Yeah, I think January's ideal because people going to buy know they're going to be paying that January premium anyway. So you might get that extra bit of money on top.
Yeah. Craig says spot on. Pido needs to be sold. Look what has happened. Great player for us, but needs to play. Of course he does. 12 to 15 says Richard. This question is just coming now. This is a corker as well. Michael got, if you could get one ex-Leeds coach to come in the dressing room at half time and motivate on a one-off game, who would it be? Warnock. Badger Warnock. He'd have to be greatest, wouldn't it? I mean, I don't know how legendary his halftime team talks was.
Just motivational.
It'd have to either be Revy or Wilco, surely. One of them.
No. What about Bielsa? I think he'd be great for a bit of motivational.
I love Bielsa, me, but yeah, I think Wilco, me. After going to that dinner overnight, I reckon Wilco would pull. He'd take bleeding wallpaper off just with his words, mate.
Anybody other than
John? I couldn't see him being as that motivator. I couldn't see Wilco being like, we're a very calm person, wasn't he?
Yeah, not behind closed doors, mate.
No.
Brian Clough says, Clem, what do you reckon of that, Bossnass? They're all down tools, aren't they, pal? Good old Cloughie. Good old Cloughie. Jesus wept.
Yeah, Jesse March.
Come
on, guys.
Just come in and put Independence Day on. Yeah. Absolutely class. Would any of you guys take Hamer in the 10? I still would, personally.
Yeah, I would,
Yeah.
I don't think anyone would say no to that. 100% I'd take him. Does Longstaff waltz straight back in after the injury, says Roger Slicker? No. He's now sort of fallen out of favour, hasn't he, with the way we're looking at the minute, which is mad because he's played well, Bossnass.
You've got to play a team on merit. You only change a winning team if somebody in training has really turned it on. Do you know what I mean? So
I don't think he was playing that good. I don't think he was playing that well, to be honest. I think he spends a lot of time complaining to the referee.
Yeah, I was going to say that at the beginning of the season, when he came in, he made a real impact for me, and it's just kind of waned off a little bit before the injury. And like Wilco was saying, he did spend a lot of time moaning in the referee's ear. So,
do you think? Am I being harsh here? Because I actually think Longstaff's been one of the better players, me. But I think Longstaff's rise because he looked standout for a few games, lads. He was one of our better players for 3 or 4 weeks. Did that sort of rise sort of come at the same time as Stack's demise? Did that sort of make him look a little bit better? Because Stack started like house on fire, dipped a little bit, and then Longstaff, I think, looked the standout in the midfield. Is that fair? No,
I don't think so. But Longstaff, when he first came in, was making some real good recovery tackles.
Yeah,
When things were about to break on us, he would slide, and he usually got the ball. I think he actually saved us a few goals early on in the season by doing that. So, no,
is Grew ever ahead of Longstaff now, Bossnass?
Sorry,
is Grew ever ahead of Longstaff now?
No.
You think is that wild?
Gruev is not a Premier League player. I will come out there and say that. Look, he does well when he comes in.
He does do well, yeah.
Look, we can't have this attachment to players like this. I see a lot of Leeds United space. If we're going to survive and prosper in the Premier League, attachment to good Championship players, we've got to get rid of it. He should be leaving in.
You watch Cage like I do, don't you?
Is he good though, lads? For 5th choice, Bossnass, remember, he's 5th choice centre mid. That's all. Gruev.
His option, isn't it? He's definitely got his option, but we could do better.
If you're not moving on your 5th choice in every position group in summer, your recruitment team ain't working hard enough.
But who could you get in to be 5th choice? Who's better than Gruev? Who would be happy as 5th choice? You know what I mean?
But
I
they
don't
don't
know.
come in to be. They don't come in to be fifth choice. They're coming to
No,
compete for that starting role.
No,
Don't
but
they?
yeah, I know, but it's
That's what I
hard to
mean.
have 5 really good midfielders all with a chance of starting. I think whoever's fifth choice is okay. Bearing in mind, we started the season. Well, didn't start the season, but they were, under Farke, the 4-2-3-1 one. I think we've only 2 midfielders. We moved into 3, so he's one of 2 on the bench, but he's still fifth choice. So
Who's to say he's happy being fifth choice? Who's told you that?
I don't think he's happy being fifth choice at all.
I think if you've got a midfielder that's happy to sit on the bench, fifth choice, they have no business playing for Leeds United.
Yeah, he's not happy, mate. He isn't, but he is fifth choice. So we all agree on that.
He'll understand that. So if he's worth his salt, if he gets teams coming in from a decent level saying you'll be our first choice, he should be the one knocking on the door and saying I'm on.
That's fair. Yeah, that is fair.
Yeah.
Let me have a look what else there is. How much do you chaps believe we have to spend in Jan? Do you think we have any money to spend? I do. I don't know how, but I feel like we didn't hit the threshold. But if we are going to alleviate some players as well, do you think there's 50 million, lads? Do you think there's 20? Do you reckon it's going to be loans?
Well, do you want me to go first, Bossnass?
Yeah, go
I'm
for it.
intrigued. Go on.
I think it had been, wrong. It'd been wrong for the board to spend all the money and not save any for January.
Yeah.
That's what you wanted. You knew the January transfer would be coming. You do save. You keep a little bit of money back because you don't know how the season's going to unfold. We could have just done really well for start of the season. We could be mid-table, 8th, 9th place. Who'd have known? See where we're at. Come to January, right? We're sitting 16th. We need to strengthen. There we go. We've got 30-40 million to spend. We can get a couple of good players in for that. It depends how they want to spend the money. Then we player sales. I mean, are we going to get anything for Eli Mellier? Does he go out in January? Even if we get 3 or 4 million for him, if we get 10, 12 million, then if that's what we're saying, Pido might go for. It's an extra 15 million to spend. I wish Adam were here now because he knows, obviously, we're talking about PSR and how it all works, in the second half of the season and things like that. It's a difficult one. And again, it's one for Adam to really answer regarding the money situation. But there is got to be definitely cash there to spend. And if there isn't, are they going to gamble? It's worth the outlay. It's worth the gamble, to maybe go over the threshold a little bit, I think.
Bossnass, do you think, unless you've got something else to say, jump on that, but do you think it comes down to the next 3-4 games, or do you think regardless of what happens, they'll have a plan and they will execute that in what they want regardless? Just say we win next 2 or 3, which probably won't happen, and we have a buffer of, I don't know, 6 points, 7 points. I reckon they might gamble. No?
Well, first thing, I don't know who it was in France. I think it was a French team. It might be Lorient. They got in contact and said they would be willing to pay a nominal fee to get Mellier.
Yeah.
Which kind of tells you, like, yeah,
it goes for free at end if we don't get rid of him in January.
So
you take 200 grand just to get him off wage bill, really, now, wouldn't you, mate? Yeah.
It's pure profit as well. It must be well profit, won't it?
Of course it will, mate. Yeah.
So that's that, and then, something doesn't smell right because wasn't there a document or something that came out said that Leeds were planning to finish around 17?
Yep.
Well, if you're planning to finish 17,
I hate that.
If you're planning to finish 17th, you're planning to spend money in January.
Is that what you think?
Yeah, surely. Look, Matt, you mentioned would you spend if we're 6 points clear of the relegation zone in January? Yeah. Well, yeah, because the thing is, even if you're 6 points clear with 3 games to go, you can still mathematically go down.
Yeah.
So it's like, how serious are we about actually progressing in this league? And by the way, there's only Wolves are down. I'm happy to say that.
Yeah.
Wolves are down. Burnley could be as good as down by January, you might think. because there could be a sizable gap. But from that, from 18th upwards, 18th to maybe 14th, there's gonna be nothing between them, I reckon, going pretty much all the way through the season. It's gonna be one of those shows on Sky Sports where they've got commentators at each game, relegation showdown day or something. In my mind, I think it's going to be a real high points total finish, and I think there's going to be quite a few people. I think there could be up to games which could go down on the final day. That one spot.
Yeah,
I think this is important
yeah,
for the Brentford game, though, Bossnass, as well, because they're only 4 points above us at Brentford.
Yeah.
So for me, this is a big game on Sunday. We can get a win at Brentford. Suddenly, we're pulling them in. If they get a win, they're pulling away. The 7 points clear of us, and that's not what we want. We want to be pulling teams in with us, and so for me, Brentford is a big game Sunday. I know they're all big games, but this one especially with the points difference.
Yeah, no, it's a massive game. So let's get into a score prediction. Come on, Sean.
2-1 Leeds.
Bossnass.
I'm doing a Theo.
A what?
A Theo.
A
0-0. 0-0. That's what I said. It's 0-0. I'll take that.
0-0.
So I did my preview yesterday, and I said 2-2. I'm going to go 3-2 Leeds now. 3-2 Leeds. I think there's going to be plenty of goals in this, boys. 3-2 Leeds. Confident. Right. So there's 114 still watching, 89 likes. Please give us 11 more likes to get us up to that beautiful 100 mark. I put a couple of links in here as well, for boys. So Planet Leeds, Bossnass, great content. Go check him out. I'm sure you'll be getting some more content out there hopefully in the coming weeks. Go check his channel out. It's a brilliant channel. Needs more subscribers, as does Wilco White, my mate to my left there, Sean. Go check his channel out too as well. I'm always grateful that these two throw as much time into me personally, the WhatsApp group that we've got, the members, the big part of Imagine Not Being Leeds. So I really would appreciate a few subs going their way if you don't mind, guys. Yeah, if you don't mind, I'd love that. Thank you very much. What was that? Mr. Whitesnake, where is the document saying it was the shareholders? No, what was it? It was something to do with the shareholders, wasn't it, Bossnass?
Yeah.
It were in there. It's something to do with shareholders. Jers covered it, which I don't know why I said Jers covered it, because he has. It's like Jers covered it, the Oracle, but he has. Everyone sort of spoke about it. Joe did as well. There is a document there, something to do with shareholders. It's on there like as a projection, I think, of where they sort of go, oh, give me £500,000. We're going to finish 17th. Something like that. Yeah, of course I will. Woohoo! Yeah. 17th, get in. But yeah, let's have a look at some of these anyway. 2-1 also, says Paul. 2-0 Leeds. 3-2 Angela. Yes, me too. 1-0 Leeds. I tell you what, clean sheet 2-0. I'll tell you what, Andy, clean sheet.
Feeling positive.
Oh, what we would do for
Andy,
clean sheet now.
Clean sheet.
Goal set piece, it would. Corner, late doors. Clean sheet would be nice. Evening, lads. I think we'll need 3 points. Under DCL, not on Strout for a 3-1. Everyone's positive and confident. Absolutely love to see it. Right then. How many likes have we got? 97. You lovely people. I'm sure we'll get another 3. So we're going to sort of... Mr. Priestley, good timing, mate. I'm going to end on a bit of a sour note. We've got Mr. Whitesnake writes as well. And I'll pass it over to the boys as well, because I know they want to say a bit as well. So Priestley, my best mate. Everybody knows Priestley who watches this channel. Sadly, I think it was Tuesday. He lost his mum, Julie. Julie passed away, I think it was Tuesday. He let me know the night before that she was poorly, gone to hospital. And he told me on Tuesday that she didn't make it. I'm getting a bit emotional now because it's been a tough week. He's like my brother, is Priestley. His family, all the Priestleys, I love them to bits. My adopted mother and father are his mum and dad. And like I said, Priestley like a brother to me. So it's hurt me this week. It's hurt a lot of the boys in the group chat as well. And a lot of the IMBL members, we've all rallied around Priestley. So, I'd love some love in the chat for Priestley. Anything to say, boys?
No, it's tough, isn't it, for anybody to lose a parent, and I lost my mum last November as well. So it's and when it's sudden, and I've said this to Priestley, when it's sudden, it hits you. It's just so unexpected, I just feel for him. I feel for the family, and he's such a great guy, and you don't wish it on anybody, you know, to lose anybody close to you. So sending all my love, you know, he knows that. Again, we come together as a community when anything like this happens, and it's great to see. It really is. So yeah, sending the love to our mate, you know, and we'll see him soon.
Just for me, you know, I lost my dad in 2022. Again, like Sean and Priestley, very sudden. So I know everyone deals with it differently, but I know the sadness that comes with that and the shock that comes with that. And you know, I'm quite happy to say, you know, out of, you know, and I love all the boys in the INBL group, even Sean Ely after I fell out with him earlier on. I love all the boys in the INBL group, but you know, Priestley has a very special place in my heart because he's the guy that kind of got closest within that group. So I kind of feel sad that, like, yeah, I'm gonna get. Anyway, he knows I'm here for him. I've been, you know, we're checking. I'm sure everybody checks in on Priestley every day.
Yeah, we do. Nah, good words. Thanks for that.
Just a lot of love to Priestley and all the Priestleys at this difficult time.
Ah, lovely. Thanks for that, Bossnass. Cheers, man. Loads of love coming through as well. Craig says, I lost my mum in September and it's absolutely heartbreaking. Sending my condolences to Priestley and family. Same to you too, Craig.
Yeah,
thanks so much. Love you, lads. No worries, Priestley, my mate. Love you too. Losing a mother for a son, heartbreaking. Condolences, Bud says. Math, all right. So, just, it'll come back to us and then we'll say his goodbyes. But I thought it was very fitting how Mr. Whitesnake does a poem every week. Creative freedom, does whatever he wants to sort of do. Heard this, obviously the news about Priestley's mum Julie, and decided to put the poem to that. So this is Mr. Whitesnake writes poem this week, and a bit of a tribute as this episode is for Julie and the Priestleys. But yeah, I'll play this out now and you can see what it says.
Mr. Whitesnake writes poetry from New Zealand.
My mother passed in March '84. So many years ago. Many mums have passed since then. It deals a brutal blow. Although they're gone, we still tell the tales of how they used to be, how they shared their loving homes, their favourite recipe. They leave a mark upon our hearts that cannot be erased. Bring a tear, a smile, ear to ear. The memories never fade. The hardest thing is to look around and see your mum is gone. Know deep inside that soul of yours, you'll find you'll soldier on. There will be pics and happy times, this much I know is true. Although they're no longer with us, they still are part of you. My condolences to the Priestley family. It's not easy.
Mr. Whitesnake writes poetry from New Zealand.
We are so proud, we shout it out loud. We love you, Leeds, Leeds, Leeds.
Right then, guys, we'll leave it there. Thanks for all the love in the chat. Thanks so much. Everyone who's watched, please like, please subscribe. Please go check out Bossnass's channel, Sean's channel, Wilco White's. The links are in the descriptions. Go check out Mr. Whitesnake as well. His channel's brilliant. He puts his poems on the shorts as well over there. Priestley, love you to bits. We're all there for you. Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. And we'll see you at the next one. See you later, everyone. Bye-bye.